Check button in Python Tkinter is also called checkbox. It is used to provide multiple options to the user, where user has the option to select or deselect it. The functionality of checkbox is similar to the radio button, but the difference is you can have multiple selections in checkbox, whereas in radio button you can only make one selection. So in this image you can see that there is a checkbox and user can click on it to put the check mark on it, and the moment he will click again on it, the check mark will be removed. So let's go ahead and learn how we can create this. So in order to create a checkbox, first of all you have to write check button with capital C. Now you have to provide the container, which is WS, text next to the checkbox. Then you need to provide on and off values. On values are those when the checkbox is in a checked state, that is selected state, and off values are those when the checkbox is not in a on state. So on value, so I am giving it 1. Checkbox is by default going to return 1 now. Off value is 0. You can also provide integer string values depending upon the variable that you are going to assign it. So variable is this. Similar thing we have done in the radio button as well. So variable we have to create it. So here I am creating an integer variable because I am providing 1 and 0. If in case I am providing any string over here, then I would have provided string variable. Now using this variable we can just fetch the value of this check button. Also you can create a function using a command keyword over here. So it could be a one-liner lambda function or anonymous function, or it could be a regular function. So let's go ahead and create a regular function this time. So I will name the function as isChecked. Whatever the information is collected from the checkbox will be printed. So I will use var.get. Get function is used to fetch the information, and set function is used to set the default value. I have to call the function. Now let's run it. Okay, so since we have not packed it, or since we have not applied any geometry manager on this, that's why it didn't appear. I am using pack, you can use any geometry manager. So now you can see on the screen there is a check button, and the moment I have clicked on it, there is a check mark on it, and the moment I will click again, the check mark is removed. Also you can see on the terminal these 1 and 0 is being displayed. So currently it is in a 0 state. The moment I will click on it, it will go into a 1 state. That means it will on. So now you can see that 1 is displayed, and the moment I have deselected it, it will go back to the 0. So now the value of check button is 0. So this value can be used to put into any kind of condition. Let's say if the check button is selected, then this thing will happen. So in this way we can do that. Let's go ahead and explore a few more options available in check button. So as you can see over here, there are a lot of things that we can do over here, and we have discussed about all of them in our previous videos. Like you can provide a font size, you can provide color, background color, foreground color, you can assign a height and width to this. And one other topic that I am interested about is the indicator on. So what does this do? Right now when we have run the program, you have seen there is a checkbox over there, and whenever the user clicks on it, there is a check mark on it. So this is because it is set to true. If I will set it to false, then that check mark won't appear. So now you can see it is acting like a regular button. So right now it is pressed, and the moment I have clicked on it again, then it is deselected. So it is like an on and off button right now. If I'll set it to true, then you will start seeing the button once again. Now there is a checkbox. In our application, we have used the check button for the terms and conditions. So if until and unless user has not clicked on this check button, the submit button will be in a disabled state. So here we have provided a container as WS, then text is T, which is where T is this statement, Wrap length is 350, that means the text if exceeded 350 then it will go into a next line. On value is 1 and off value is 0. Variable is checkvar, which is created as an integer var, and then command is enable button. Now let's go ahead and see this function, which is enable button. Also we have used a place geometry manager over here. Now enable, if checkvar.get, so using the get function we are fetching the value from the check button. If the value is on value is 1, then the button state is set to normal. Otherwise, if it is off, that means if the check mark is not there on the button, that means the button will be disabled. Also, if you want to set a default value to this, you can just simply go ahead and set var.set. Out of these 1 and 0, you can set any value. So right now it is 0. I'll set it to 1. That means when we will run the program, the checkbox is already selected. So here you can see that. With this, we have learned how to use check button. Next, we are going to learn how to use menu button in Python Tkinter. Menu button displays multiple options and are generally positioned at the top left corner of the application window. User can click on that and then it displays multiple options, and out of those options user can make their own selection. So in this image you can see that we have a file menu on the top left corner of the screen, and the moment user has clicked on that button, there are a couple of more options has appeared. So if user want to create a new file, he or she can click on new, open, save as, depending upon the requirement. So let's go ahead and learn how we can operate this menu button in Python Tkinter. So there are basically 5 steps to create a menu bar on Python Tkinter. So these steps are, first of all, we have to initialize or create the menu bar, and then we have to create a menu bar option. So let me tell you what is menu bar option. The easiest example will be like over here you can see these are the menu options. So file, edit, selection, view, go, run, all these are the menu options. So you can after that we have to create menu options. Then we have to add the sub options. Sub options are like in file we have these menus. So we have to add these menus on the file. Fourth step is we have to add this option that we have added, like we have to add this file on the main menu bar. So add option to the menu bar, and then we have to add this menu bar on this application window. Okay, so these are the 5 steps that we are going to perform. So let's go ahead and with the first step. First of all, we have to write menu with capital M, and then we have to provide the window on which we want to add this menu. So it will be WS, and also we need a variable to this. Now using that variable we have to add the option. So option will be like file, edit, selection, what you want to create. So I'll just say I want to create a file equals to menu, and this time the container will be this one, the menu bar that we have created previously. So I will give container window as MB. After that I have to add sub menus or sub options to this these one. So like file has these many options. So for that I will use the file dot add command and then bracket open close label. So label will be what things that you want to display over here inside the file. So let's say new. Now you can write command. So command will be whatever action that you want to be happen when the user clicks on this new button. So for example, there is a new text file. The moment I will click on this new text file over here, something new will happen. So that function is triggered. That function can be triggered over here. So you can mention the name of that function over here. Let's add a few more. Save as. Now once we have added all the menu options, sub options, then we have to cascade it. That means we have to add these options on this menu bar. For that the command is menu bar, that is mb dot add cascade. So in this way it will be placed on that thing. We are not using pack over here, we are using cascade over here. And what will be the name of this thing? The name will be file. Earlier we took the variable, now we are providing the name of it. So file, the way you are seeing the file is appearing on this VS Code editor. Similarly, the file will appear. Also we have to use another option, that is menu equals to. Now you need to provide the file that you have created over here. In the end, we have to cascade this, we have to add this menu bar on the current window, that is WS. So that we can do using ws.config, and there is a menu option. If you are using any child container, that also has this menu option. So you can type menu and then you can provide the name of your current menu bar. Let's go ahead and run the application. Now you can see that there is a file, and the moment I have clicked on the file, there are options over here. New, open. Since we have not provided any command, so if I click on it, nothing will happen. So let's add one more thing. Let me add an exit button over here. Also you can add a separator in case if you want to add any separator, that thing will also be done. So you can see that the file section has been creation of file section has been separated, the opening of file is separated, then different sections has been created. So that in order to add a separator, you can simply use file.add underscore separator. So file, since we are adding it on a file, so file.add separator, bracket open close. Now you can see that the separator is appearing after exit button. Let's add it before exit. So now you can see that after save as, there is a separator and then there is an exit button. Now let's give a command to an exit button. So this will be a one-liner lambda command. Now the moment I will click on this exit button, the exit function will be activated. So now the application has been closed. In this way we can use the menu button in Python Tkinter